Stuff is good. When we come back, I'm doing a tease right off the top. Welcome back. When we come back, this tease brought to you by Games and Things. We'll be moving to a new set here on the Sports Source later this summer, and I may be needing new bar stools for the guys. So where do you think I'm going to go if we need new bar stools? I'm going to go to Games and Things. The area's best when it comes to bar stools, bars, pub tables, card tables, home theater seats. They're more than pool tables and dart boards and arcade games and shuffleboards. Yes, they've got all that, but they got the furnishings too. If you want to create kind of an adult entertainment room with the bars, the card tables, the pub tables, the bar stools, that's where you go. Games and Things. OurGameRoom.com to learn more. Once again, like so many of my businesses, well, heck, like all my businesses, family owned, locally owned, Games and Things, right at Lovell Road at Kingston Pike in West Knoxville. All right, take a look at this. This popped up on Twitter this week, and then it's funny, I'll give credit to SEC Football Vids who posted it, and then a day later, Saturday Down South reposted it, trying to make it look like they did it. Tennessee, 672 winning percentage across all sports this year in the SEC. Now, the National Sports Directors Cup, that thing, that's going to be based on championships. And, Tennessee has been good across the board, so they're going to be higher in that than they've been. But just in terms of winning percentage, I saw this, and I got to admit, I was kind of surprised. Now, a lot of people out there aren't following track and swimming and all these things. I get it. It's what we cover on this show, the money sports for the most part, or a team that's number one in the nation. But when you look at that, I was surprised at how well they have done this year. Who do you give the credit to? Does it all go to Danny White because he's the one with the culture? Do you give him the most of it because he's the one with the culture and he's hired some of these guys? Or do you say, nope, it's divided evenly? Dave Hart got Rick Barnes. John Curry got Tony Vitello. Philip Fulmer got Kelly Harper. Spread it all out. All these people had a hand in it. If you have 5 Johnny points to divvy up, I give you 5 Johnny points to divvy up, who gets the most Johnny points?
I tell you what, my Johnny points have got to be divided pretty evenly. Because they all did have a hand in it. If Danny White had come in and hired all these guys, now last year it looked like Vitello was going to get courted and possibly go, so he stepped in. But I think you got to divide it up because they've got coaches in that are just better than what you had before.
Vince.
Yeah, and you start to see the sports in terms of their results really pick up under Philip Fulmer. That's when the Olympic sports started to rise up and level up. So I think, and then the coaching hires are great examples, as Bob mentioned, but I still would give Danny White, if you're going to divide it up, maybe a touch more, keeping coaches, giving raises, keeping everybody happy with that culture, just changing the energy in there, I think. So I'd give him a little bit more, but there's some things that were already in place before.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like he took a pretty good situation, especially with some of your key hires, right? He took a pretty good situation and made it better.
Right.
And he had the meetings one-on-one. What can we do? What can I do to help you do better at what you're coaching? Yeah. And I think that helped too. But I think you do have to give the guy currently in charge the lion's share of, 3 points. If it's 3, I'll give him 3 out of 5 and say, thank you, let's go win some more.
I give him 2, 1 to Curry, 1 to Hart, 1 to Fulmer, for White. 5, perfect. That's the way I would do it. But I think you do have to divvy it out, but at the same time, I think Danny White has the right culture built over there right now, and everybody seems to be rowing in the same direction. I do think that overall, his outlook for the department, it just feels, and maybe this is a perception thing, he's younger, so it feels younger. He's up and coming, so it feels up and coming. That could be total nonsense, but that's the vibe that I think you get from him. So I'm going to credit him a little bit more with some of this. But with that means if it all goes south next year, blame goes back to him as well.
Take his Johnny points away.
Yeah, we're not going to sit here and say, well, I'm blaming this former athletic director 3 back. I'm going to give him credit and him blame.
And in the old days, wasn't it the Bernie Moore Trophy? Wasn't that what it was? And the Journal did that? But it seemed like year after year, Florida won that.
Well, Florida, they actually had more. I think they had more.
More sports, yeah.
Go ahead, Vince.
We're talking about all sports, and I think your point is right that things have improved. But people will get mad at Danny White if football doesn't succeed. That's how he's going to, like every AD, he's going to be ultimately judged.
Yeah. All right. The SEC meetings are getting underway in Destin. Schedule rumors are leaking out. What the SEC is considering, we gave you 3 options that we thought were going to be in play. The one we thought was most likely is still in play, but there's a dark horse in the field, and we'll discuss that next. Come on back on the Sports Source.